Welcome to a very special edition of Ask GCN Anything, because beside me we have none other than Mitchelton-Scott's smiler and all-round Colombian cycling legend, Esteban Chaves. Esteban, thank you very much for joining us on this Ask GCN Anything. We've got lots of questions to get through. We've been on Facebook and on Twitter, and we have got a lot of questions. The fans are eager to talk, so let's crack on.
Sweet.
Okay, first up we have this from Lucas Flores, who asks, Chavito, will the first ever Tour de France winner from Colombia happen in 2018? I know you don't know if you've got a crystal ball or not. What do you reckon?
Yes.
What are your thoughts?
We will see. You never know with Nairo, Rigo last year. So if they arrive in the really good shape there, it's a good chance. But the stages at the north, you never know. You can lose the race there, and it will be interesting for see, and it will be a good challenge for them.
Okay, we've got another question from Lucas, actually. He says, is there anything different in your preparation for this year's Giro d'Italia from previous editions of the Giro, or are you keeping your training the same?
Well, you never train the same, actually. Everything will move in and everything changes a little bit. So this year, at the difference for 2 years ago, we started the season in Australia.
Okay.
So the first parts are really different. I will do Paris-Nice as well. Last edition I did Tirreno, so it's a little bit different, but a little bit similar as well.
Okay.
But always you train it differently, and yeah, depends for the weather as well. You try to find where it's more warm, or like here in Almeria or wherever. Last edition we went in Oliva. In this edition, a little bit more at the north, so yeah, changed a little bit.
But your form's clearly good. You've already won the Sun Tour. Was that a little bit of a surprise, or were you looking at that race for preparation, or more to try and race really hard from the off?
Well, race is always hard in cycling, but it's a little bit of surprise, because we try to do this opportunity one really big base and no intensity.
Okay.
The intensity will arrive from the races, but we are already in good shape, and if you have the chance, you take. You
take it, definitely.
Yeah.
A win is a win, isn't it? Definitely.
Exactly.
Next up we have this from Ian Appleby. As a very attacking climber, do you rely on a power meter, or do you just rely on feel when you go and attack on a climb?
Well, just feeling. I'm a really old school, and in the computer I have on the bike, I just put the speed and the kilometers.
Okay.
I don't put
So nice and simple.
Yeah, nice and simple. Old school, race hard.
Yeah.
And this is me.
This is important, though. I think we've got all these tools that riders can use, which are good, but it's so important, isn't it, to understand yourself and ride on feel sometimes.
Well, I think this is depend every single one. You know, some riders love the power meters and the numbers, and others don't like. So depends. Everyone is different. So I think the good thing is try to find the balance. Don't be crazy or nuts about the numbers, but also don't be silly and just ride like a horse.
Good tips. Next up we have this from Michael George. What in particular, Esteban, stops you from smiling? Not that question, quite clearly.
different things.
Do you ever stop smiling? I think I might have watched this before.
Sometimes when I've broken my arms, I'm gonna smile.
Okay, that's a pretty easy answer.
This is pretty easy.
Yeah.
No, like I don't like when the people arrive late.
Okay.
That annoys me. Like
we were on time today, weren't we? Just about.
Well, we start 15 minutes late. Sorry, guys. I'm stop smile now.
Got another question here from
Edmo.
What's going on, hombre?
We'll leave that in. That was Alex Edmondson, new national champion of Australia, just getting in the mix, really.
Always.
Can you have a word with him after us, please? Anyway, next up is this question from LeadorKnee. On a tour, when the hammer is down, are you concentrating on you or your rivals? So when it's going hard on the mountains, do you think about yourself, or do you look at your rivals as well? It's an interesting question.
I think you do both. You know, you need to check how is the rivals, and you need to see how you're feeling. So yeah, if you feel really good and you see them a little bit struggle, it's good to attack. But if you feel a little bit suffering and they are really good, you just need to start to pretend so good. But if you are good and they good as well, just keep calm, you know. So both. You do. I think majority of the people do both.
Okay.
Both things.
So over time, over the last few seasons, you get to know who obviously the guys that you can climb with. You know when they are suffering, you know when they are strong. You can just look at them and maybe...
Well, mostly of your career you race with similar guys, so you start understand how it works and understand the rhythm and how they pedaling.
Yep.
Sometimes you're wrong, but sometimes you're good.
So are you good at bluffing? Or do you show everything, or do you bluff sometimes?
Well, I'm a smile.
You just smile. Fair enough. Good question here from Gavin Hughes. What is the best part about being on an Australian team?
The best part is both cultures mix really well, because both have really similar. We both come from afar, and we met in Europe. Both knows how it's be a part of the family, taste different things, be a different weather, so that mix really well. And the Australians have a so nice, really good culture, and I'm really happy with that.
Crackers Ewan, a bit of a cracker's name if you ask me. And I've got to ask you how it feels to be an adopted Australian. Yes, the Australians are claiming you as one of theirs, so what's it like to be an adopted Australian?
That is awesome. I say to everyone, I'm born in Colombia, but I'm Australian.
Yeah.
This is sweet. So yeah, I'm really happy. I feel the warmth for the people when I race there. When I be there, I feel like in home as well. So yeah, it's beautiful. If anyone knows something in the government in Australia for give me one passport, I will be happy with that.
There you go. So we'll try and get that message out there for you a little bit. So, okay, Australian citizenship for Esteban Chaves. Could we go down? Might not go down too well in Colombia, but hey, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Now, talking of Colombia, it's a question from me here. You've set up the Esteban Chaves Foundation racing team.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that, because it's a fascinating story.
It's a beautiful story. In Bogota is the capital of Colombia, but the support for the young people at the sport is not really well. They support you when you are in really high performance, but all the process when you start and when you arrive at the high performance in Bogota is not super.
Okay.
It's all right. So for cycling it's really hard because the bikes are really expensive, just tired. So general stuff is expensive for one normal family in Bogota. So what we do is make one foundation with my parents, and we give the tools to the guys for arrive at their dreams.
Okay.
Which is, they have a bike, they have a helmet, kits, they do all Colombian races. Last year they went in Canada for the Cup of the Nations for first time. 6 guys, and 6 guys flew for first time in their life in one airplane.
Wow.
So that is
beautiful. So you're giving them opportunities that they would never ordinarily get.
Exactly. And the big goal for this is, we are happy if they will arrive to professional, but we are more happy we give the tools to them for be a really good persons. Because if they not arrive to professional, we give to them discipline, responsibility, teamwork, love, So this is more than enough.
Yeah, definitely. And talking about that, I mean, that sounds like a wonderful thing that you set up there. And I know the team are racing all over the place, but if you weren't to be a professional rider, what do you think you would be now? Did you have anything in mind at school?
Yeah, this is a good question, actually. I like everything is involved with the human body, Like, I'm really interested for know how it works, all the cells, or the bones, or the ligaments. So maybe something like physiotherapy, or maybe a doctor. I don't know, because I'm starting this really young, and from the first moment I knew I want to be a rider.
Okay.
So that is a tricky question, but I like all this about biology and the other human bodies, or maybe something involved of that.
Could be Dr. Chaves in a few years' time. Watch this space. Kicking on with the questions again now. Okay, this is from Rodney Shadid. I would like to know, professional cyclist like Esteban, do you have a ride on your bucket list? So is there a ride that you've never done? Is there a place or a mountain or a destination you would like to ride that you haven't ridden?
Well, I really looking go to Japan.
Okay.
Is one country I want to see. And that climb Mont Fuji, Mont Fuji, yeah. So I want to try that.
Okay.
I like the country and everyone I talk. with everyone I talk about Japan, they are really excited and they say it's a great country. So I'm looking for go there and see the scenery there, do the mountain.
Fantastic. It's a place I've never been before. I'd love to go to Japan. Maybe we'll hook up for a little coffee run sometime.
Or maybe we go to the Olympics.
Yeah. We'll just have to get in our diaries. Nice one. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no? This is from Simon Gallagher.
Pizza, of course.
Yes. Pineapple on pizza. Okay. He's not asking me, but it's a no. I think it makes it too soggy.
You think?
Yeah.
No, depends. If you do that in Italy, it will be nice.
Okay. Good tip. Good pizza tip, though. It's full of tips, isn't it? Dr. Chaves talking about pizza. Alex Wallace asks, how do you stay focused? I mean, you're still very young, 28 years of age now. How do you stay focused year after year?
I think makes easy for me because I enjoy every single moment. Some of the riders or some of the guys like get really involved in this world and like they live in one bubble. Okay. You know, like they looking for the next race and the numbers and lose more weight and they forget the general. Exactly. Hard, yeah. So they forget the general stuff and the beautiful stuff of life. Like we are in some age really good in our life, like in our 20s, where you have a lot of energy. You are really open for learn, for teach as well. Why not? So all different language you can learn, of different foods you can try, all different persons you can
so many opportunities for
exactly.
You, yeah.
So if you live the day by day, enjoying every single ride, every single person, different hotels, the scenery, so that make everything more easy. But if you live in one bubble, after 2 years, you will kill yourself.
Yeah. You need to step away sometimes
exactly.
And just take a breather.
And not in cycling, just in general life, you know. Some people go to the office and go in the traffic and just work and they want to make more money and the mortgage and everything and forgot the general stuff, like go home and play with the kids and you know.
Go for a walk.
Exactly, go for a walk with the wife or girlfriend or wherever.
Feeling all really chilled out now. Yeah. Pretty profound stuff there from Dr. Chaves. We're going to call you Dr. Chaves from now on, by the way.
I can be a psychologist if you want.
Okay. What is the one climb or one mountaintop finish that you would love to win? Would it be Alpe d'Huez or would it be another particular climb in Italy maybe? What do you think? What is the ultimate summit finish for you?
It's one I really love it. It's Tre Cime di Lavaredo in Italy.
Okay.
I don't know why I really like the climb. I've never been there before, and it's one climb I'm looking for.
Okay. So maybe the Giro organisers will put it in after this video, perhaps. Okay, I'm going to a question from you now. Which of the new crop of young Colombian riders do you think has the most potential? Is it Daniel Martinez, Egan Bernal, who's already performing amazingly well, or is there anybody else coming through your foundation that you think could be good? Who do you think?
Well, right now, I think one of the biggest talent now is Egan Bernal. Is unbelievable. Yeah. He's really close to my brother, actually.
Okay.
They trained together since they had 16 or 17 years old. So I knew more or less Egan since he's a mountain biker, and I knew he's a really big talent. Like from the beginning, you can see how he pedaling, and you understand this is a big engine.
Yeah. So
probably he is still young, and we need to keep time to him for do the beautiful things he will do. If he continue in this line and this progression without rushing, and the social media and all the journalists
it's a lot of pressure,
look after him, you know, because he's still young, he can do beautiful things. He's a big engine, and think is the biggest engine right now around in Colombia.
I think I'd probably have to agree with it. Pretty amazing talent. Now, as we wind things up, just a couple more questions. I want to ask this another final one here from I think we've actually Tony Duggan. Apart from the climb, what is your favourite kind of training session in terms of intervals or hill reps? What do you do to? I mean, you've got a beautiful climb that you talked about. But what about a training session? What do you do you do intervals or do you?
Yeah, I'm really enjoying doing it. Well, I will tell you quickly a little bit of my story. I never trained with power meter before this team. I never trained just I just ride my bike.
Yeah.
So
you just feel it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when I come at this team, they start introducing me like tempo, threshold, strength force, all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's really new for me when I start here, and I really enjoy do strength. You know, like low cadence.
Okay.
When you need to be really focused.
On the rest of your body.
The rest of your body
yeah.
and your bump, and you need pushing, and really enjoy that.
Okay. The torque stuff, the
yeah.
high torque stuff, good stuff. Last question from me. Which sports person, or just person in life, inspired you the most when you were growing up and you wanted to become a professional sports person?
Yeah.
Who was your inspiration?
I think my dad.
Okay.
He's a legend. And one beautiful story about us and why I started cycling is he has bikes and wheels every time in home. And I look in the Tour de France and I say to my dad, "Oh, Dad, you see all that persons there at the Tour? You can beat them?" And he said, "Yeah, of course I can beat them.
Okay.
Why not?" I say, "But why you make furniture?" He's a carpenter.
Okay.
"Why you do furniture?" And he told me, "Because I love it. And you need to do in your life what you love." But I can beat that, guys. So we go for train, and we have one little climb in Colombia, and we are sprinting at the top, and my dad always beat me.
Okay.
Like after 6 months, he told me, "You need train. If you love this, you need train. And after 6 months, I start beating.
Okay.
So in my mind, I say, if I beat my dad, and my dad can win the Tour de France, I can win the Tour de France. And I asked to him one day, I can win the Tour de France because I beat you. He said, "Of course, you can do it.
What a wonderful story.
You can do it. You need work hard. You need try a lot, and you can do whatever you want." So he's my inspiration.
I think you're definitely making him proud of the moment, mate. That is for sure. Well, Esteban, best of luck this year. And obviously the running of Vuelta, focusing on the Giro d'Italia as well. Most of all, thank you very much for answering these questions, taking the time out from your very busy schedule. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you very much,
forever
guys.
Smiling, and it's always a pleasure hanging out with you, mate. Now, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you haven't already subscribed to GCN, you can click maybe on Esteban's head just there. Now, if you want another special Ask GCN thing, how about clicking just down here where I interviewed Alberto Contador. Don't forget to like and share.